Alright, today we have a short video on just basic ideas for multiplying in algebra. First off, we're going to talk about the new symbols for multiply, because again, we got to get accustomed to not using the x anymore, so no more using x for multiply. So the first symbol is the multiply dot. That is where I simply put this dot. It's not a decimal point. If you remember elementary school, the lined paper that told you where to put your letters, this dot goes up in the middle. It is not a decimal point. It does not go down at the bottom. All right. Next way you could do it is if you have a number that's touching parentheses. So if you have a number, and after that number is parentheses, that also means multiply. Or if you have a parenthesis that touches another parenthesis, that also means multiply. Essentially, if you're ever confused, it's multiply. There's only one symbol for add, one symbol for subtract. There's two for divide. There's this thing for divide, but there's also fraction bars. So there's two symbols for divide, one symbol for add, one symbol for subtract. Multiply is the only weird one that has multiple symbols. All right, now, when you're multiplying in algebra, simply two rules to follow. Numbers first, letters second. It's a simple process. So for example, if I have this problem that's written off to the side here, 4x times 3x. I will multiply the numbers first. I will multiply 4 times 3. That will happen first. All right? And that makes 12. But I will then, second, multiply my letters. There's also an x times an x. So again, numbers first, letters second. Separate them. Put them in a new order. And x times x, well, that ends up making x to the second power. That's what we use whenever time we multiply something that's a match, we use exponents. So that means my answer would then be 12x to the third. I don't know what this extra one down here was for. So my answer then would be 12x squared. Again, numbers first, letters second. Now if the numbers happen to be negative, then you've got to take care of the negatives. So for example, if I were to have negative 4x times 3x, I would do numbers first. Negative 4 times 3. And if you're terrible at that stuff, use a calculator. That equals negative 12. Letters second. Well, there was two x's. Since that's a repeated multiplication, I can use exponents. All right. Now this answer is fine the way it is, but whenever we have numbers and letters together, we like to not write the multiply dot. We just like to write the number next to the letter. That still means negative 12 times x squared. So everything today is based on this basic concept, numbers first, letters second. Have a great day.